All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Makar Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to you, Akim, pushing out this truth in all sincerity. This is from MarketWatch.com. The title is Why the Coming Recession Could Force the Federal Reserve to Swap Greenbacks for Digital Dollars, man. All right, and we understand, the men that are in the know, we understand that, the digital dollars basically going to lead to the chip, the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, that it speaks about in Revelations 13, man. Okay, and which is the last and final prophecy. We understand that, once these devils, man, through a series of false flags attacks, the problem with the border, the upcoming recession, all right, because they deal with order out of chaos, man. All right, so the order will be to chip everybody, man. Just to chip everybody and adopt a whole new way of payment, man. A whole new system, tying into the new world order. All right, we understand that. I'll put the link of this article in the description box so you brothers could take a look at it a little further. Before I get into it, let me go ahead and grab a scripture, man. In Genesis 47, man. One of the brothers at our camp always brings this out. Because this happened in Egypt, all right, and America is basically Egypt all over again. Basically meaning that because Egypt was synonymous with bondage, man. We were in bondage in Egypt, the Israelites, man. And the scriptures say, I will bring you to Egypt again with ships, Deuteronomy 28. All right. So let me go ahead and get into it. Genesis 47:15. And when the money faileth in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, Give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth. And Joseph said, Give your cattle, and I will give you for your cattle if money fell, man. So the money failed in Egypt, and it's failing right now, man. And this is all controlled. This is all controlled, man. This economy is controlled by the elites, man. The ups and the downs, man. Back in 2008 is when people really felt that recession, man. A lot of companies needed to be bailed out. Let's go ahead and grab that real quick. I already have it pulled up. Just get a little brief history on that before we get into that article. Here we go. All right, this is the balance.com. The Great Recession of 2008 explained with dates. I'll just read a little bit of it. I'll also put this link in the description box. The first sign of the Great Recession started in 2006 when housing prices began falling. By August 2007, the Federal Reserve responded to the subprime mortgage crisis by adding $24 billion in liquidity to the banking system. By September 2008, Congress approved a $700 billion bank bailout, now known as the Troubled Asset Relief Program. I remember when they did that, like I was saying, a lot of these dealerships, a lot of banks were getting bailed out. They were basically falling under, man. They needed help, from the government, man. Therefore, they were getting bailed out. All right, so they could continue business. This is all under Obama. So by February 2009, Obama proposed a $787 billion economic stimulus package. His move to create an economic stimulus helped avert a global depression. Okay, like I said again, which was controlled, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not like him by himself, came up with a good plan. Therefore, the recession started to bounce back a little bit. Nah, man, he's just a puppet, just like your boy Trump, just like, Bill Clinton, just like, George Bush, man. They're all just puppets. They're all just CEOs of a company, man. All right. So he didn't advert shit, man. Okay. He was just a face of it. So it says the financial crisis timeline reveals the early warning signs that that sparked the financial crisis in 2007, man. Okay. So now that we read that, let's go ahead and get into this article. All right. So it says paper bank notes are being upgraded for a digital future around the world, man. Again, all leading to the chip, the mark of the beast, man. That's basically what they're talking about. So the Federal Reserve has never been more famous than it is today. It drew praise and airy for its handling of the financial crisis a decade ago, an extraordinary measure it took subsequently to stimulate the U.S. economy have made it an important driver of financial markets. Meanwhile, President Trump has made its chairman, Jerome Powell, a household name by frequently criticizing the central bank's policies on Twitter and to the press. A movement, meanwhile, has been brewing among economists, financial services professors, and central bankers to encourage a rethinking of the technology of currency. Those paper notes were carried in our wallets with an eye towards issuing a digital currency. Some argue that could give central banks the tools necessary to break free of chronic deflation and persistently low or negative interest rates, while providing Americans a risk-free means to transact in a world where digital commerce constitutes a growing share of the economy, man. In my last video I did too, I was talking about how, you know, basically the condition is already done, man. The conditioning, you know, you have your Samsung Pay, you have your Apple Pay, you know, everything's done with a swipe. You know, they take the funds right off of your bank, man. So they have gotten the masses used to a digital currency, man. All right. And you have all these other countries, you know, Russia, China, you know, Turkey, you know, they're all dumping the dollar, man. You know, the dollar is not worth nothing by itself, man. There's really nothing you could do with just a dollar, man. You know, you need a couple of dollars. All right. Basically, that's just showing you that this economy, man, is not doing too well. You know, those Federal Reserve notes, man, they were created to fail. You know, that wasn't, you know, they were not created to basically to strive, man. They're not backed by anything. They're not backed by gold, man. Like I said, like I keep saying, this is all controlled collapse to lead to something bigger, man, and so-called better for the public, man. Like I said, which is the mark of the beast, man. All right, and you could call that a digital currency, man, because everything will be done digitally, man. You know, online. All right, they'll take your funds right off of that chip. Okay. All right, you got the Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of digital currency already in use, man. The debate isn't about whether we need a digital currency. Okay, Michael Bordon, an economist at Rutgers University and a fellow at the Hoover Institution, the public policy think tank at Stanford University, told MarketWatch, it's about how you do it. Americans already use digital currency for most of their purchases. All right. And that's true, man. You know, everything, you know, is done online. Everything is done through digital, man. And it's all by design. All right. You have to have a banking account, man. Me, I don't like banks, man. You know, I only put my money in a bank when I have to pay for stuff basically online, man. You know, through the net, you know, and they have it that way for a reason, man. You know, you really can't avoid a bank, man. All right. I remember there was a quote. I forgot which devil quoted it. I forgot his name, but he said if the people knew how the banking systems work, you know, there would be a riot by the morning, man. All right. Because it's all, you know, they're basically robbing the people, man. They take your money and basically put digital numbers in your fucking, you know what I'm saying, in your account, man. You know? Okay, so so it says Americans already use digital currency for most of their purchases. In 2018, they used physical dollars for just 26% of transactions versus 62% with digital currency. See? Which includes credit cards, debit cards, and bank transfers, according to the Fed. A central bank digital currency could work much like the mostly bank issued digital money Americans use today, with some key differences. First, it would be backed by the full faith and credit of the United States government, and therefore risk-free. So, you know, they throw that security in there, man, risk-free. You know, they're going to package it up real well for you people, man. And a lot of people are going to take this chip, man. All right, you're going to take it and you're going to move on with your business, man. And like it says in Revelation 14, you know, you're going to be destroyed in the presence of the holy angels, man. All right. Because that's the mark of the beast, man. That's the shield of Satan. All right. The local bank that manages your savings account could fail at any time. and the dollars in your account beyond these insured by FDIC would disappear. A Fed dollar would persist as long as the U.S. government does, man. So, they scare you into doing it. Like these elites don't all own all the banks around the world, basically. All right. Mostly around the world. All right. So more important, an e-dollar could pay interest. The idea that cash could pay interest dates back to monetary economist Milton Friedman, who argued in 1969 that the most effective monetary system would be one in which cash bears interest equal to that of short-term government bonds to encourage greater use of the dollar. All right. In good times, earning interest on your e-dollars would simply make everyone a little richer, but in time of crisis, it could also be used to institute negative interest rates, essentially a tax holding cash. Such a policy would likely strike Americans as governmental overreach, but Barado argued the alternative is worse. Okay, so like I said, I'll put the link to this article. It's a pretty long article, man. Plenty of information. All right. In the description box so you brothers can take a look at it. Let me go ahead and grab another scripture, man. That's what we're coming into. We're coming into another recession. All praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for destroying this economy. Okay. And basically making this chip, come quickly, man. Like the scriptures say, behold, I come quickly, man. All right. Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened, man. So, that's what's going on, man. The keepers of the house, it's talking about these so-called professors, man, that basically measure, the economic growth. All right, they're trembling, man. They don't, I remember you even had, a couple years back, man, you had people jumping out the damn window, man. So-called professors jumping out the window, man. Right? Because they don't see a future. They understand that this money system is failing, man, and it's all by control. It's all by design, man. To usher in this chip. Okay, and also the scriptures say the grinding is going to cease, man, meaning the jobs are going to cease. It also talks about that in 2 Ezra 15. It's going to get real crazy out here, man. You're going to, right now you got the sedition going on in China. All that rioting and protesting, man, it's going to get a lot worse, man. And like I said, these elites, they deal with that order out of chaos, man. And their solution is going to bring in that chip, the mark of the beast. Okay. So yeah, man, that was marketwatch.com. We're coming in that recession right now, man. It's going to get real bad. And we welcome it, man. The men that are in this truth, we want this system to end, man. This oppressing system, man. There's no future in this place, man. There's no future, man. Everybody, you're looking to do better in America, man. But you don't understand, man. This place is going to be destroyed, like the scriptures say, with thermonuclear destruction, man. That's why all these nations are in uproar right now. The nations are angry, like it speaks about in Revelations 18, man. That's all you hear about is wars and rumors of wars, man. So this place is not going to get any better, man. But with that, man, like I said, I'll put this link in the description box. Until the next video, I want to say shalom.